What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we'll be looking at a video from Anton Daniels. And y'all, apparently, Michelle Obama and Barack Obama, apparently they're going through some troubles. Now, Anton's going to state this in the video, but I want to state this also. These are rumors. These are not fact. These are basically rumors that are swirling around because Ms. Michelle Obama did not attend the funeral, and also she didn't attend the inauguration. I am one to believe that there's trouble in paradise, and Anton's going to state this. But look at this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the 44th President of the United States, the Honorable Barack H. Obama.
How embarrassing that he actually had to be the only living president, because we know that Jimmy Carter just passed away, that he's the only living president who had to appear by himself because Michelle decided that she didn't want to show up. Now, originally, I was saying that Michelle didn't show up because she was absolutely disgusted with politics, or it's a possibility that, she was just being sassy or just being a regular person from her culture, standing on business like people from the culture expect for her to do. And you've seen a lot of people that were actually supporting that narrative when it came to Michelle Obama. They were saying that Michelle Obama just didn't want to go. We reviewed the CNN pundits that was online talking about the same thing. And that was the narrative, right? That was the thing that was being communicated, is just that she wasn't going. A lot of people speculated she wasn't doing it because she was sick, and all of these different things that were being communicated across the internet is speculation, which it makes it difficult for him because speculation then leads to rumors, and then people start to dig. And when you don't put on a unified front, right? When you start to break from tradition, right or wrong, right? People start to speculate as to whether or not there's something else going on behind the scenes, or if everything is just cool and you just being a mad woman that you are. But let me play this video that somewhat perfectly summarizes what's been popping up everywhere, all over my timeline, inside of my emails, all of that. This is what's being communicated.
I just want to say something here before Anton brings up what he's about to bring up. It's not usual for the first lady of a previously sitting president to not show up at an inauguration, let alone a passing president's funeral. So it speaks to a lot of bigger things that we have going on, or that they have going on behind the scenes. Now, I'm going to say this. If the Obamas actually are divorcing, that spells out a lot of things. And I'm not just talking about the sense that these two have been married this long for that amount of time and then got a divorce. It speaks to a bigger issue of black women and black men not being able to coincide with each other. If a former president divorced or got divorced from his wife, who is a black woman, that's going to send red flags all over the fucking place. If these two do not remain married, black women are basically done. In a sense. because that attitude that a lot of sisters have, that's a big problem. That strong, independent, you don't need a man. And then on top of that, the fact that Michelle during the campaign was saying basically, if you gotta vote for something in your best interest, do not follow your husband. That thing, if that if that is what she meant by that, I'm gonna just say this: the cooperation factor that black women seem to not understand that is required to have a successful marriage is basically proven right. And I love black women, but the thing is like we're gonna have an honest conversation about this because if this shit was really going on, I don't know what to say. I really don't. And maybe it's just a United States problem or a Western problem. But if this is what's going on, I don't know what to say.
And I think it might surprise you a little bit.
Breaking right now, an extraordinary mystery developing over the state of President Obama and Michelle's marriage. Now, there has been a huge amount of speculation as to what exactly is going on after Michelle first missed the funeral of the former US President Jimmy Carter. Some folks said that was because she didn't want to have to sit next to Donald Trump at the event. But then the announcement that she was also going to be skipping Trump's second inauguration, something she didn't do, remember, back in 2017. Mm-hmm. Now insiders are predicting an Obama divorce announcement. And I want to bring you this exclusive reporting from Jessica Reed Krause, who is the author, very well connected. Should point out she is a Trump and RFK junior ally, but a very well-connected cultural journalist who publishes the House in Habit Substack. And she has reported overnight, the question now isn't if, but when. If I had to guess, they will wait until after the inauguration to announce it. Timing, you know, is everything. And yet the story doesn't end there. For months, I've heard Jennifer Aniston's name tied to Barack. At first, it seemed ridiculous, but the rumors have remained steady among New York and LA circles. Yesterday's DMs, that's someone who is one of her sources who has communicated with her directly. This is something Jennifer publishes often. He's with Jennifer Aniston. My old manager, now a friend, is connected to her inner circle. At a gathering with Jennifer's friend, the affair came up casually. Jennifer herself admitted it. They were sitting with a psychic, which makes it sound surreal, but it's definitely not a secret among her closest friends. Now, Jessica goes on, if this is true, it changes everything. The Obamas have been a symbol of stability and grace for years. A revelation like this would completely shatter that image. And for someone like Michelle, who spent her life embodying tradition and loyalty, it must feel like an unbearable betrayal. For now, it's all whispers, but the whispers are getting louder.
I am starting to see a lot of people, and when I say a lot, I'm talking about a lot of people speaking on, speculating, and reporting because they're saying, for example, that he pulled up to a restaurant by himself in the back of a restaurant. And of course, you can't hide if you're Barack Obama for an extended period of time. And then the paparazzi started following him and saying that he met up with some mysterious girl in the back of a restaurant. Now, I'm not one for rumors. You've never really seen me report on rumors here on the Anton Daniels channel. That's just not what we do. We wait until we can substantiate that it's a real story, that we get the evidence, and then we speak on it from a factual perspective. But I think this one is worthy of having a conversation about, because if this be true, if this is a real thing, if she didn't show up to a funeral, and again, it's a difference between showing up to the inauguration versus a funeral, which I don't think that it should be that big of a difference considering President of the United States of America. If your husband is showing up, and I've been saying this, and I was saying this is the reason why I'm having this conversation right now, because I was talking about And I said that it was embarrassing. I said it on Millionaire Morning Show. I said it on this channel last week. I said that it was embarrassing for her to not be an extension or a representation of what he is. For him to have to pull up by himself and deal with a lot of this stuff by himself and her completely breaking with tradition, it embarrasses him and it embarrasses the legacy that is tied to him. Now we have to start asking a question, right? We have to ask the question and say, well, what does this do to his legacy? Both if they are or aren't on the rocks, because now there's a bunch of insiders that said they work for this particular organization or whatever, or they was working in the White House when they was there or whatever, blah, 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 and that they hated each other, that they, didn't interact with each other, that they wasn't really what they was presenting out to the media, to the general public. And of course, social media it's not what it is today. But what does this say if this is true about several different things? Let's explore from both sides, right? Let's say that it is true. I don't remember any president in history getting divorced. I know that there's not a president in my lifetime that has gotten divorced. I know that for a fact. But if y'all can think of a president that has ever gotten divorced, y'all let me know. Please.
Shout out to Anton. And I'll post the link down below. But this issue speaks to a bigger fact and a bigger problem that needs to actually be really talked about, because if a former sitting president is getting divorced because of some shit that's going on, there's no amount of hiding it. There's problems in black culture. We know there's problems in black culture. But the problem is the level of problems that are being portrayed out there in the media. I'm gonna just say this. It's gonna be a wide range of problems. It's gonna be a bigger problem, and I don't think we as a community is ready to have that conversation. Especially a conversation like this. I don't think we as a community are ready for that. But anyways, I want to see what you guys are going to say about this, because this is a breaking story that's literally going on right now. Anyways, I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.